Alright, one of my biggest pet peeves on doing these long conversions, you'll see it on like 6-door Silverados or Dodges or Super Duties, is they'll have that bump in the roof. On a newer vehicle like that, I suggest, like if you're doing a Super Duty, get a excursion roof skin or something. I don't know. But on this one, obviously we're not going to get a longer roof skin than this, and we're not going to get a roof skin at any rate. So we set a bar on the top of it, which actually shows where level is. We might even want to go a little past that, because you know it arches and it rises and falls, you know. So we might want to go a little higher than that, but we need to at least be at that point. So what we're going to do is cut on this line that I made here, not so much the top line that I made there, but the bottom one, and see if we can lift that up without any more cuts.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
Of course, the name of the game is to do this in the least amount and the shortest amount of cuts, because then we don't have as much welding to do. The first thing that we did was bolt down the rear of the body. So we got all our bolts that went up through the floor here and into the body there. See them there. And then we got the ones that come down through the wheel wells. Our front one is the same. So this is bolted down, the pillars are welded in, this is bolted down. Now we can start messing with this kind of stuff and actually tying these two pieces together. There is going to be a door here on each side, and that was, you know, kind of the way this worked out, but also the way it's planned and the way the other one is. There will also be a door here and the door here on this side. The other side is just going to have that one. On both sides here, we need to make this bigger, so we're overhanging, which is good. The only thing that we don't have in this section where we don't have enough metal is that lower rocker, but that's no big deal. So we're good in the sense of using these two vehicles that we've used to make the length of this body. So let's make our cuts up here and kind of see how this is going to work out. Still, you know, as a lot of things are on this, up in the air on how it's actually going to go. So we're just going to experiment until we get there. So what we ended up with was this front part is wider than this part here. So what I want to do is get our porta power in here, and we're going to widen this out, and it's only an inch and some change that we need to widen this out. So that's a ½ an inch on each side, 5/8, something like that. And so we're going to widen this out, and that is probably going to help our alignment here. And then we'll put a brace in there or something to keep that at the same width as this front part. So we're kind of looking at this, and this, if you kind of see there, kind of shotgunning it there, you see that it looks pretty well as far as the alignment. But on this side, as you can see, that back part dips in before it should. It's not flowing like the other side. This side isn't bolted in because we're putting more doors in. This side we bolted in because it's supposed to be, that's that. But what we're thinking, Jared's thinking, is that we unbolt these and let this side relax, and then re-drill these when we're all said and done there. Alright, so we've been doing a little fighting for the last couple hours, but we're starting to have the right look there. And this side, the bottom we got looking right. That top is still just a disaster. You can kind of see it. It's just not jiving. So we're gonna make the splits in the roof like we got on the other side. We're thinking that might help. Okay, today on our roof here, I fought with it on Friday hard and had a little adjusty stick up in there, and then I had a 2x4 above it, and then it slipped and the 2x4 hit me in the head, and I just wanted to see how this roof was gonna look, and pretty much bombed all that. But never underestimate some rest and then a fresh start on something, because as soon as I got in today, I was like, well, I can take one of the bows that we cut out from the inside, the big headliner, whatever you want to call them, bows that was in there, and I can put it in my porta power with a board on that and shove it up in there, and it'll kind of help with that shape because the bow is the shape of it. Plus, it is like a double, triple half channel deal, so there's a gap in there that I can stick the grinder blade in and run it through and weld it, and it's not going to stick on there. It's under a bit of pressure with that porta power, but I want to stretch it out a little bit because it's trying to dip on both sides, and this has it to where we got a high spot here and it's going to contour that roof. This little spot here, even though we're going to probably cut this all out, put a different piece in, I was just testing it. I cut it and tacked it, and it works really well. So now I need to cut down that line to where we're not overlapping metal, to where it's just one butt weld. Then we'll decide what to do with that bow. Also decide what we're gonna do with our sides here, because they're gonna need to be cut out and the whole section will need to be replaced. So, hoping to get the flat done without having to do a big replacement.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.